The great thing is that Ann and her family like this Lassie guy.
They
and
do,
ultimately
yeah,
wrapped
they do,
around
which is
you and
amazing.
said, yeah,
Which
this
is
guy is great for our daughter and
amazing,
great for, and he's great for me, and that's a great thing. They believe
And we
in
will,
Lassie.
we will celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary, July 15th.
Congratulations.
And to think that she stuck with me that long, but it's been a great marriage, and we've got wonderful kids, and her family have just been outstanding to me. And they love the outdoors and a lot of the things that I love, and allowed me to be able to recreate with them, and it's been great. I've been blessed, great, without doubt.
Yes, you have a Palmetto State boy made good.
Yeah.
Absolutely, really doing it right. And you know, we think about so many great things at the college. There's so many great things going on right now. And of course, we talked yesterday. 3 good phone numbers if viewers need to get off the Conway campus to 347-3186. This campus, the Grand Strand campus, 477-0808. And for our viewers up and down the Waccamaw Neck in Georgetown County, 546-8406. Of course, a really great function. Folks can come here to this library. They can go to the Conway campus, the Grand Strand campus, get on the computers. They're open to the public. They need to call in and check those hours. But come on in and go to HGTC.edu.
They have complete access to these facilities.
Yeah, just come check out the internet. If they don't have internet access at home, come in, get in here, and look at all the tremendous course offerings, whether for continuing education or coming in as a full-time student or a part-time student with the average age of 26.
And remember, all 2-year college students qualify for the lottery, regardless of whether they have a financial need or not. Now, if they get financial aid, then that has to be taken prior to the lottery. So our tuition is about $1,700 a semester. You have no financial aid, you get lottery, so now you're down to where you're paying about $850 a semester. So you can come here, get your first 2 years of a baccalaureate degree for $3,200. You can't go to a baccalaureate degree institution for 1 year for that.
Why would anyone go to a baccalaureate institution? Not to take anything away from
well, they have, you know,
from your alma mater.
No, and if money is an issue, then it doesn't make any sense. But they also have certain amenities we don't have. They have athletic programs,
football team,
kinds of things that we wish we had, maybe at some point, maybe not. That make it, you know, a little more well-rounded in terms of what they do. We are a commuter institution. Technical colleges are a commuter system. Our students come to work, come to school, 10, 15 minutes before class, and leave as soon as class is over because most of them work. Average age, as I said, is 26. Probably 65 to 70% of them work part or full time, and raising families. So they just have a lot of external commitments.
We've got 7 or 8 minutes. I want to make sure we talk about the foundation, the Horry-Georgetown Technical College Foundation, growing gangbusters. Obviously, some tremendous leaders in there. It's a large group, but the great thing is attending those meetings. I've been to some of those meetings, and to see the numbers of people, men and women in this community, professionals who come to those meetings. You know, you've been on lots of boards or on groups where there's lackluster attendance. That is not the case of all ages, the members of your foundation board.
We've been real fortunate. The credit really goes to Tom Mazur, and I think the way he runs the foundation and the way he asks people to be active in the foundation, and the kinds of people we've been able to attract over the last 3 to 5 years. And I also think it's a branding issue with the college. I think that our reputation and our branding is much better than it was several years ago, as people become more aware of what we do and the importance we are to the workforce. One of the things that probably helped us as much as anything, Greg, we have a program called PACE, which is early college for higher education, for high school students, different than the early college program. This is where primarily they're seniors, but some juniors. What you will find in Horry County, particularly among your university and college-going students, by the time they get to be a senior, they only have English to take. But yet they're required to take 4 different subjects. So what we encourage them to do is to come to us and take their English there if she wants to, or take our English and reverse transfer it back to high school. But to take college classes in their senior year so that they go off to school. My children, for example, had 12, 15 to 18 credits went off to school. What that allows that young man and woman to do is to go to school and in their first or second semester take one less course off them. So the difference in taking 15 credit hours or 5 courses and 12 credit hours and 4 courses from a workload transition perspective from freshmen is absolutely tremendous.
Yeah.
And a lot of these kids are getting life and Palmetto scholarships that they have to maintain B averages to keep. That enhances that probability significantly, and so that's been a wonderful program for us. And I think another way but because these children, young men and women, have come to us often from all levels of families, some very affluent, who otherwise probably wouldn't consider us at all, have found that their children came and got a quality program, and when they went on to college, it was transferable for them, and they performed equally as well as anybody else. I think has really helped us out a lot in terms of the overall public image of what we do.
It's probably difficult for a lot of parents, even difficult, not to put you on the spot, but it's difficult. Of course, it's potentially difficult as you were the college president to say, y'all attend here, because there may be some added pressures of them attending, but it seems like virtually every parent, whether they're alums of Clemson or Wake Forest or wherever, should be getting their children to think seriously about whether it's Florence Darlington Tech or the Midlands Tech or whichever one, Horry-Georgetown Tech in this instance, to really think seriously about this college as clearly the locals college, but as a college that can really impact their life. Why not get into the idea, get children in the mindset of, if you want to attend a 4-year institution, either you can attend it with a lot of good college experience under your belt or attend it at age 20 rather than age 18. Just plan on going off to Clemson or otherwise.
Greg, that makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, all kids don't become ready to go to college at 18 years old. Intellectually they may be, but emotionally they often are not. If they could, and they don't know what they want to do, if they could come to a local institution for 1 semester or 1 year while they're trying to decide what they may want to do and trying to transition from a high school environment to a college environment, often we are a great choice for that because of the expense, and if they aren't ready and don't want to do it, then you haven't thrown all this money away, and they can always come back later on down the road. So we really are a good place for those people to start. And if money's an issue for you, then we certainly are a bargain. And you will often find that once you become a junior status in a senior institution or at a senior institution, by going 2 years with us, then you can find money easier than you can often with a freshman status in terms of borrowing the money to finish school out. If you go into professions like healthcare and all that we have, go ahead and graduate, then they are going to pay you to go back to school. The great thing about nursing this time is it will be coastal in the next year or two, and so you don't still have to. You work your 40 hours, go to coastal at night, take 2 courses, and it might take you another 2.5 to 3 years to get your baccalaureate degree, but you can do that.
Neil, I hate to say it, we have 3 minutes. I want to think about how can our viewers be involved in helping the locals college? How can our viewers be involved in helping Horry-Georgetown Technical College, whether it's funding, whether it's supporting the foundation, making gifts to the foundation, whether it's calling their legislators, their state senators, and their county council members and saying, how can you be involved in helping this college? Clearly, you've laid out the reasons why it's critical for the community in reinvesting back into the workforce, in finding stable people to join construction companies or dental offices or hospitals that are actually going to be caring for them, or golf courses,
motels, or restaurants.
Oh my Lord, I can't even touch them all. I hate to even start mentioning.
You listed an awful lot of ways that the community can help us, and there are other ways beyond those. Others would be that they call us if they're interested in teaching part-time. We've got a lot of retired people out in our community that have great credentials, great experience that we could use. We also need internships for our students. One of the things that we try to do where we can is try to get our students as close to the working environment while they go into school as we possibly can, either create at school or put them in terms of their classroom. For example, is all your nursing programs are taught primarily in hospitals. Our horticulture programs taught at Brook Green Gardens. Our wildlife programs taught at Yawkey South Island. Our golf course programs are taught on Quail Creek and other golf courses. And I think that gives these young men and women an advantage, because not only are they learning the theory, they're applying it, and by the time they graduate from us, they'll have a year to a few years worth of experience. When they go to school. So they hit the ground running with these employers. So those contributing to our foundation certainly is that, helping, coming out and let me take you around and let you see what's there. We are a well-kept secret. People have no idea what we have out there, the kind of technology that we do. And help us encourage young men and women who want to look at a profession that we would train for, or who may not quite be ready to go to school, baccalaureate degree school, to use us as a possible choice. The other great thing, Greg, is we are a revolving door between coastal and us. Students take 2 at coastal and 2 at us, and 1 with us and 3 at coastal, and all the time. So you can get the best of both worlds if you want to do it.
Just a couple of weeks ago, sitting in the conference room, the boardroom right behind us, right here, the Montrose couple had given, I believe, $800,000 to the college, no tie to the college formally, was in an office preparing their will, talking to their attorney. Their attorney said, have you thought of Horry-Georgetown Technical College? Our viewers can obviously think about the college. The college needs dollars. Funding cuts are there, and not to put you on the spot, and they need to call or go online. We don't want viewers to call their state legislator and say, Neil Wilson, President Wilson said, we need to call you. But what do they want to say? If they were to call Dick Elliott or Alan Clemens, what can they say?
I think what you'd ask him to say is to talk about what the college, the technical college, means to the community, and where they can get them. Coastal and Horry-Georgetown both have issues relative to fair and equitable appropriations coming out of the state. And that's because we've grown faster than the other institutions. We're the fastest growing 2-year, they're the fastest growing 4-year institution, and the state hasn't been able to keep up with that. So they're down in the teens, I think, in terms of their state support. We're like 32% of our money's coming out of the state. We need to get that resolved. Horry and Georgetown County need to get their fair share of money. So they can talk about that. They can talk about we got a 95% placement rate with all of our graduates. We know that 90% of all of our graduates that we've been able to locate that are still working in Horry and Georgetown County.
That's tremendous.
We are the workforce development agency in 2 counties.
I love it.
And ultimately, with 16 of us, we are for the state.
Very important. So we'll have
the
same message for Dr. Gould up there in Florence.
We will
do that, absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with President Neil Wilson coming up next. You know, they could almost change the name of Horry-Georgetown Technical College to Pathway to Success. We've sat here for the last 30 minutes. If you were with us yesterday, it's been an hour with President Wilson thinking about these high priorities for technical education, making a difference in the lives of 8th and 9th and 10th and 11th and 12th graders in our community, but also young adults, the average age here of 26. If you're sitting in the PD area, you're thinking about Florence-Darlington Technical College and the impact it makes. But we need help. The college needs help here. It needs help in the PD. These colleges need your help. Your local delegation, your House members, your senators may be working hard for you, but there's other folks that can make an impact. Pick up the phone. Take the time to call Columbia. They may be out of session, but you can track these folks down in their communities. Think about Hugh Leatherman, our man right up there in Florence, in the PD area. Glenn McConnell, Bobby Harrell, and Dan Cooper. These folks are making a difference every day in their communities. They continue to think about community colleges and the impact that technical education can make. But learn more. HGTC.edu, HGTC.edu, tremendous information online. There are needs, and the colleges need your help. Take the time to learn more and make a difference. Just like Neil Wilson.
Thank you
for everything you do.
Thank you.